One of the most admired investors, the sixth wealthiest man in the world, and a successful entrepreneur, Warren Buffett, served on the boards of many civic organizations and was a well-known figure in Omaha society. He established himself as an authority on value investing and is well-renowned for his ability to incorporate sophisticated financial practices into his success. Here in this video, we're going to share some tips from Mr. Buffett on how to live on an extremely low income even these days. Number 1. Start your emergency fund savings. If you have a solid salary, you could have some extra money each month to meet unforeseen costs. You need to have a 3 to 6 month reserve of costs if you have a modest income. How is it possible for someone with a very tight budget to amass such a sizable emergency fund? In the part after this, we'll talk about a few tactics. Number 2. Be cautious with extra money. When trying to get by on a low wage, you have to be extremely cautious with how you spend any financial blessings that come your way. Suppose, for instance, that you received a few $1,000s as wedding gifts. You may spend that money on a lavish honeymoon. You may have, on the other hand, choose not to go on your honeymoon and instead use that money to start your savings account. That gives you some immediate breathing room to cope until you could further boost your emergency fund. Number 3. Lower the expense of your house and vehicle. Numerous websites may suggest that you reduce little costs like dining out to succeed financially. Your housing and car expenses, however, are two additional fees that might have a major financial influence on you. If you gave up TV or lattes, you may save $30 to $120 each month. However, your mortgage would normally be $300 less if you choose a house that costs $50,000 less. Also, if you choose to purchase a $5,000 vehicle as opposed to a $30,000 one, your monthly payment would be hundreds less. Number 4. Evaluate each large monthly bill. Even if it just takes an hour once every 6 months or so, many of us never find the time to compare vehicle insurance prices. 1 or 2 phone calls might result in monthly savings of $50 to $100. When you include in the amount of money you would yearly save by canceling, you'll be making hundreds of dollars per hour on a single phone call. Number 5. Avoid credit card debt. Credit card debt in particular, but any debt with a high interest rate, 7% or greater, may be troublesome. This is because interest calculations are often used in mortgages and vehicle loans. However, credit card computations employ compound interest. Your principal is increased daily by your interest, and this plays a significant role in our capacity to achieve financial success while earning low salaries. Number 6. Create sinking reserves to cover unforeseen costs. You should be aware that several expenses often cause you and your family to go over your budget. These would be unpredictable expenses for things like travel, gifts, clothing, and vehicle upkeep. Set aside some money each month to cover these unanticipated expenses. Some would call this the production of sinking money. For any unanticipated requirement, you may also start a different savings account, nevertheless. Number 7. Take advantage of economical activities. If you don't factor in the expense, a day out with your friends might end up being quite expensive. Just 2 examples of the many things that are either completely free or very inexpensive are going to the park or taking a stroll. Instead of meeting up with your pals for dinner and drinks out, think about inviting them around for a potluck-style meal where everyone brings something. Instead of bringing the family on a vacation that will cost thousands of dollars for a hotel, think about going camping. Utilizing free activities is a great way to save money, and since they're so easy to do, you could even find that you like them even more than you thought. However, regardless of how little money you make, you could like your job if you work in the public sector, in education, or in government. So what do you conclude from Mr. Buffett's advice? Are you already following any of these routines? Post your comments in the space provided below. Thanks for watching.